Hari Om. Om Shanti. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrutavarshini Astadashaadhyayini Advaitamrutavarshini Astadashaadhyayini Amba Tvam Anusandhadami Amba Tvam Anusandhadami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini Ah, ah, ah. O Bhagavad Gita, I meditate upon you. You have been used to instruct Arjun and the whole mankind as to what life is all about, how to balance your material life and spiritual life, and eventually how to get to the abode of peace and bliss. You have been written by ancient Vedas with the help of Mahaganapati. You are in the middle of Mahabharata. You have 18 chapters which shower the immortal wisdom, that nectar milked indeed into the mouth of Arjun and into the mouths of who are interested to tread the path of spiritualism in order to understand the true nature of yourself and understanding the nature of Paramatman. Oh, Bhagavad Gita, the mother of all wisdom, I meditate upon you. And you are the one who is going to deliver us from this sansar full of miseries, this roller coaster life. Hari Om. Govindaya Namaha. Govardhanaya Namaha. Aniruddhaya Namaha. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. In this divine session today, let's talk about the essential nature of human beings and the living beings. All the 8.4 myriad forms of life. What is the essence of all this life? The essence is, the eternal essence is actually the Atma. It is an ansh, the part and parcel of the super soul, that Paramatma. Indeed, we have referred to this in number of other divine sessions that I produced. just in the recent past. We are not this body. Mind this. We are only the eternal Atman energies emanating from the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Atman energy, the universal consciousness. So do we. We have the consciousness without which you cannot you cannot be on this planet or anywhere without the consciousness. Consciousness is in the body. So let's make our body, mind, and intellect sound for the soul energy to reside and accomplish the goal of peace and bliss. That abode is essential. That is only the goal for humans. Having elevated yourself, having evolved from other life forms to this, according to Vedas, according to Upanishads, and according to Bhagavad Gita. Let's make use of this human form to accomplish our most sought after goal of peace and bliss. Essentially, we actually suffer from three defects. Those three defects are mala, vikshepa, and avarana. What is mala? It's impurity in your mind, in your intellect, in your body. We have to get rid of those. In order to get rid of that mala, that impurity, we need to practice karma yoga. That means you have to perform your prescribed duties that fit your character, your qualities, and your received instructions, the skill sets that you obtained in the institutions of learning. And then do not attach your mind to the fruits of your actions. Only focus on your karma, your action. Focus on it and accomplish each step. Then you will reach the goal of your actions. But do not focus on the end results. That's not your duty. Your duty is to perform your prescribed duty as an instrument with a focus, with proper guidance, and with proper knowledge. So it is like if you are stuck with a nail, you have to use a nail. That's what it is. You have to make use of karma yoga in order to purify yourself. That's what it is. And the second one being that drifting from your main focus. You are drifted into this world, attracted by all the worldly subjects and objects. You need to develop bhakti, devotion toward the Lord. Then only you will actually focus on spiritualism and get to the main goal in life. And the third one, avarana. What is avarana? That means it's a covering. It's a covering of darkness, mithya, avidya, not having enough knowledge or proper knowledge to operate as a human being and understanding the goal of humans, that abode of peace and bliss needs to be understood and reached. So this avarana needs to be gotten rid of. That means that avidya needs to be dispelled by the proper knowledge, that divine knowledge. You can either get from institutions of learning or from a gurukul, from a bona fide guru. You need that instructions from Vedas and Upanishads or Bhagavad Gita. Then only you can get rid of. You can get rid of all these three defects from you and purify your mind and intellect. For mind to be purified, you need to focus on an object. That object has to be Paramatman, a personalized one, a personalized God, like Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, Lord Shiva, etc. Any of their incarnations we have had from age to age, starting from Kruta Yuga, then Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Then only we will have purified ourselves and we become qualified to get to His abode of peace and bliss. So, in this connection, in order to realize our true nature, the eternal essence, that Atma, Atma nature, in order to understand that, and finally understand the Tattva, the truth of God, we need to get into the meditative process. For meditative process, you have to undergo or do that abhyas, that practice of yoga sadhana, that internal pranayam. We have been actually referring to it in every divine production, balancing your apana and prana right here in your bhrukuti, so that it will enable you to realize your true nature right in your bhrukuti. That's the focal point. One has to place undivided attention on a point of light on top of your breath, and then intensely fixing your gaze right in the bhrukuti from both your eyes. That vision has to go there. Then only you will have successful sadhana to accomplish your goals. नैनं नैनं चिन्तन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुतः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुतः आ, आ, Lord Krishna, in this stanza, he just refers to the Atman energy emanating from his super soul. He says it. Naina, Enam, this one, that means this soul. This soul has such a strong nature, strong quality. You cannot break it into pieces with any weapon. You can use any nuclear weapon or any missile. It cannot break into pieces or pulverize. The fire cannot consume it, cannot burn it, and water cannot moisten it. It is unwettable, and any strong wind cannot dry it or blow it away. It is dynamic. At the same time, it is highly stable. It's there everywhere in the form of consciousness, in the form of life force energy. At the transcendental platform on which everything in this cosmos rests, without which there is nothing. There is nothing. It is just the sky or emptiness, all darkness. That's how the beginning took place. Everywhere darkness, darkness covered by darkness, and some water in the beginning was there, from which God's utterance and creation of everything from Om and from water and from Panchabhutas. We are all part of His cosmic dream, playing our roles as different characters. And once our role is over, we get into another role in a new body. That only happens when you do not qualify for liberation. You get to wear new uniforms. That means your Atma gets into new bodies to go through the life cycle again and again. Uddharetatmanatmanam, uddharetatmanatmanam, natmanamavasadhayet, natmanamavasadhayet. Atmaiva hi atmano bandhuratmaiva ripuratmanaha. Atmaiva hi atmano bandhuratmaiva ripuratmanaha. Lord Krishna uses this word in this stanza 7 times, 4 times referring to your Atma, and 3 times referring to our mind. That means our mind can be the best friend and at the same time the worst enemy of us. So control it, subdue your senses using your controlled mind. That requires intelligence, pure intelligence. That requires the realization that you are not this body, but a soul energy emanating from Super Soul, that Paramatma. That realization is essential to realize that you are an eternal essence that is Atman energy. That's what he's referring to. You can only use your mind to elevate yourself. Or if you don't realize, get attracted to the worldly affairs, then you degrade. You degrade your Atma. From here, you only externalize all the time. And then that results in unending cycle of rebirth and death until you realize, of course, herein the most important point in this stanza is that it directly refers to actually performing yoga sadhana, like balancing your apana and prana right in your bhrukuti and getting to the meditative process to realize yourself in the bhrukuti as Atma and then realize the God in your Sahasrara chakra. That's what it is. Only you can elevate yourself. No one else. Only true Guru. And others are the Pandits, learned ones, enlightened ones. They can only give you instructions as to how to realize yourself, your true nature, that eternal, essential nature of yours. Ahamatma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashayastitaha Ahamadischa Madhyam cha Bhutanamanta eva cha Ahamadischa Madhyam cha Bhutana Manta eva cha. What does Lord Krishna say? Hey Arjun, I am the one who is in your heart. I reside in your heart along with your true self. I am witnessing everything that you do, and accordingly, I grant you the consequences, the reactions of that. Good or bad, you will undergo as your sanchita karma, in your prarabdha karma. Arjun, you are the one who can subdue your mind and control senses. You have the ability to dispel your darkness. That means you can conquer your sleep. Does mean you can get rid of the veil of darkness, that avidya. And you know that I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all. And the end of all jivas, all bhutas in this cosmos. Tatraikagram manah krutva yata chitrendriya kriyaha upavishyasane yunjatyadyoga matma vishuddhaye जयाद् योगमात्मा विशुद्धये Arjun, I am seated in your heart. You place yourself in your seat in Agna Chakra. Meditate upon a point of light with undivided attention. You need to perform that yoga sadhana. Then only you can become a true yogi. You must strive to purify your mind by this process. Focus on your meditation with one pointed concentration, controlling all thoughts and activities. He is again referring to locking away all your senses, external senses, all away. That means the energy used by these senses has to be internalized to focus right in your Bhrukuti. When you externalize, your main life force energy goes down, gets externalized to sense gratification. Always contemplate on worldly affairs involving subjects and objects, trying to fulfill your, trying to gratify your senses. You lose all the energy, your life force energy. You don't have any. That means you got to get back. You have to reclaim that energy. You have to draw it back into this Agna Chakra. Using that, Lord Krishna's technique, Yoga Sadhana, internal pranayama, wherein you would use that technique, Nasabhyantara Charinau, making use of your soft palate, of uvula as a lifting mechanism, lifting of your apana and joining the prana, thereby balancing it and activating your Brahma Nadi, Sushumna Nadi, and then that energy going upwards into the Bhrukuti, and from there getting to the final abode, that Mahabharat, that great effulgence. That's what we need to realize in our human form of life. This is only the opportunity, folks. Make use of it. Let's make use of it. Let's not waste any second. Now we know we are equipped with divine knowledge, and we know what to do and where to go. Samah shatrau cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayoha. Samah shatrau cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayoha. Shitosna sukha dukkheshu samaha sanga vivarjitaha. Shitosna sukha dukkheshu samaha sanga vivarjitaha. Tulya ninda stutir mauni तुल्यनिन्दा स्तुतिर्मौनि सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतः स्थिरमतिर्भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः अनिकेतः स्थिरमति भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः आ, आ, What does this mean about both these stanzas uttered by Lord Krishna himself, who are very dear to him? His devotees must have all these qualities that he mentions in these two stanzas. His devotees never care for any permanent residence. Anytime, anywhere, they are devoted to him with undivided attention. They remain equal in honor, in dishonor. They treat their friends and foes alike with impartial feelings. They remain the same in winter, in summer, in pleasure, in pain, in grief and sorrow and happiness. They get satisfied whatever they have. They never complain about anything. Whatever comes on its own accord, they do not develop any attraction or repulsion toward anything. They are highly balanced in their mind and intellect. They have unwavering mind. Those devotees who have these qualities, they are the ones very dear to Lord Krishna. That's what he said in these two stanzas. Some technical issue. Sorry about that. I hope in this divine production you had an opportunity to learn the essence of Jivas, that is the Atman energy. It is the eternal essence that we have to be aware of, we have to be conscious of, and operate in that mode, in a goodness mode. You have to elevate yourself from tamo to rajo to that goodness, that sattvic mode, and go beyond your senses can perceive, and realize yourself right in your bhrukuti, in your third eye chakra. Otherwise, there is no alternative to realizing yourself as the Atman energy and operating in that mode and then realizing the Paramatma, that Mahabharat. But you see, you need to practice that internal pranayama to achieve that double realization. Then only you can navigate this sansar, this material life on this planet or any other planet easily. You can get to the bank safely. That means you can deliver yourself with Bhagavan's grace. His grace is required. Otherwise, we cannot achieve anything, anything, no matter how much how much knowledge you have, how much devotion you have toward him, how much you give in charity to others, however many sacrifices you make, and austerities that you observe, they all become zero. Whatever you do in this world as karma, all of them, all of them will be zero until and unless you have the right divine knowledge and put that into practice. Then only you can swim across the ocean of miseries safely. But you gotta feel while you are alive in this body, you have to realize that you are enlightened. You know your true nature, that essential nature of being an Atman energy, but not the body. This step, achievement, is so close that you will get to see the great effulgence, the Supreme Soul's abode of peace and bliss. That Sat Chit Anand, you will get there. It is guaranteed, without a doubt. With this, we'll come back with another divine production to enhance your divine knowledge and encouraging you to put into practice. That means engaging yourself in yoga sadhana, creating that yogagni, getting rid of getting rid of the three defects that we talked about in the beginning, and then living your life, remembering the Lord, that Bhagavan, Nityam, that means always, constantly, without fail. Then only you can remember him at the time of renouncing your body upon its failure. That's what death is, the death of the body. That means you are alive. Eternally, you are alive. That's our nature. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum, with another divine production in the days to come.